Stop. Think for a second. If you died right now, this very moment, what would change? Nothing. The world would move on like you never existed. No one would care. No one would pause. No one would grieve for long. The only thing left of you would be some old photos, a handful of fake RIP posts, and a funeral attended out of obligation. And then you'd fade. Your name would be forgotten. Your dreams wasted. Your potential buried. And the worst part, you'd know in your final moments that it was all your fault. Look around. You are surrounded by men who are hungrier than you, stronger than you, more disciplined than you. While you hesitate, they are moving. While you waste time, they are taking everything that should have been yours. The money, the power, the respect, the legacy. And you're left with nothing but excuses and regret. And I know that burns. I know that cuts deep because it's the truth. And the truth doesn't care about your feelings. You can either face it and change or keep running like the coward you've always been. Most of you are weak. You're soft. You live in a world that has conditioned you to accept mediocrity, to settle for less, to tolerate failure. You wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and lie to yourself. You tell yourself you're trying your best, that life is unfair, that you'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Every single day you betray yourself. You wake up knowing exactly what you need to do, but you don't do it. You let that weak little voice in your head take over. You let yourself be ruled by comfort, by laziness, by fear. And then you have the audacity to wonder why your life is a mess. The truth is brutal, but it's real. If your life is pathetic right now, it's because of you. Not your boss, not your parents, not the government. You are your biggest enemy. You sabotage yourself every single day and you don't even realize it. Look at your life. Look at the last 5 years. Are you richer, stronger, more disciplined, or are you in the exact same place, making the same excuses, living the same failures on repeat? If you are, congratulations. You're losing the game. And if you don't wake up, you're going to keep losing. Every successful man, every warrior, every champion knows one thing. Your mind is your greatest weapon. But most of you have turned it into your biggest weakness. Your mind is supposed to be your ally, your shield, your sword, but instead, you've let it become your prison. Every time you say, I'm too tired. Every time you choose Netflix over work. Every time you scroll through your phone for hours like a mindless zombie instead of building your empire, you are proving that you are weak. And weak men don't win. Weak men don't get rich. Weak men don't attract beautiful women. Weak men don't get respect. Weak men are disposable. Think about this. If I put a button in front of 99% of the world and told them that pressing it would make you drop dead, but they'd get $100 million in return, guess what? They'd press it. They wouldn't think twice. They wouldn't care about your dreams, your struggles, your family. They'd take the money and go buy a Lamborghini. And yet here you are worrying about what people think, worrying about being judged, living like you owe anyone an explanation for your failures. You don't owe the world an explanation. You owe yourself the truth. You have been playing life on easy mode, and that's why you're losing. You think success is about luck, about talent? It's about relentless action. It's about deciding that no matter how tired, how broken, how discouraged you feel, you move forward. You train when you don't feel like training. You work when you don't feel like working. You grind when everyone else is asleep. Because if you don't, someone else will. Someone else out there wants it more than you. Someone else is hungry. Someone else is winning while you're making excuses. And that's why they have the cars, the money, the respect, and you don't. Your problem isn't the world. Your problem is you. Every time you procrastinate, every time you hesitate, every time you let fear control you, you are losing. You're letting your own mind betray you. And that's the worst kind of betrayal because there's no one else to blame. It's your fault. If you're fat, you chose to be fat. If you're broke, you chose to be broke. If you're weak, you chose to be weak. And the second you stop lying to yourself is the second you can start winning. The reality is simple. You are either a man or you are not. And if you are not, the world will chew you up, spit you out, and never remember your name. You want to be a man, a real man? Let me tell you something. Life is a war that never ends. And the battlefield, it's inside your head. Most of you don't even realize you're fighting. You walk through life like it's some kind of joke, like you have all the time in the world. You wake up, go to work, come home, waste hours staring at screens, then complain that you're not where you want to be. You are being attacked every single day, and you don't even see it. The enemy is not just the world, the distractions, or the competition. The real enemy is inside you. It's the part of you that wants comfort over discipline, pleasure over purpose, ease over effort. It's the part of you that whispers, just take it easy, when you know damn well you should be working harder. Let me tell you a story, one you've probably never heard before, but one that plays out every single day inside your mind. There are two versions of you, two warriors. One is strong, disciplined, relentless. He wakes up early, trains his body, sharpens his mind, builds his empire. He knows pain is temporary, but greatness is forever. He doesn't complain, he doesn't whine, he fights every single day. But then there's the other version of you, the coward, the weakling, the voice in your head that tells you just 5 more minutes in bed, the one that reaches for the junk food instead of eating clean, the one that scrolls through social media instead of learning a new skill, the one that makes excuses instead of taking action. And the worst part, you decide who wins. Every single morning when you wake up, you decide which warrior gets stronger and which one gets weaker. Every time you take the easy route, you feed the weak version of yourself. Every time you push through, even when you don't feel like it, you starve the coward and make the warrior inside you stronger. I see it all the time. Men walking around like ghosts of who they could be, empty, lost. They look in the mirror and don't recognize the man staring back at them. They know they were meant for more, but they feel stuck. And you know why? Because they've been losing the battle in their own minds for years. They've been feeding the coward. They've let weakness become a habit. They've chosen failure over and over again in the small decisions that seem meaningless in the moment, but define the course of their entire lives. You think skipping one workout doesn't matter? That sleeping in just this once is fine? That ignoring your goals today won't change anything? You're wrong. Every small decision is a vote for the man you become. You either win or you lose. There is no in between. And here's the brutal truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you out of bed. No one is going to force you to work. No one is going to hand you success. The world doesn't care about your struggles. The world doesn't care if you're tired, if you're stressed. The only person who can change your life is you. And if you don't wake up and take control, you will lose. You will be another nameless nobody, forgotten by time, buried under a mountain of regrets. You will look back at your life and wonder what could have been, what should have been, if only you had fought harder. The question is simple. Which version of you is going to win? Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. What if this is it? What if you die tomorrow? What if the life you're living right now, the weak, comfortable, ordinary existence you've settled for, is the only thing you'll ever know? No wealth, no power, no legacy, just another faceless nobody who walked this earth, breathed the air, wasted his time, and disappeared. Does that not terrify you? Because it should. The fear of dying average should haunt you every second of every day. It should grip you by the throat and shake you awake. But the problem is most of you are too numb to even feel it. You scroll through life like a zombie, distracting yourself with cheap dopamine, drowning your potential in excuses and self-pity. You lie to yourself, saying you'll start next week as if next week is even promised to you. You don't get a second chance at life. There is no restart button, no save file, no redo. Every second that passes is a second closer to the day when you take your final breath, and the only thing you'll have left is regret. That deep, suffocating regret that eats you alive from the inside. The kind of regret that keeps you awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering where it all went wrong. Wondering why you wasted so much time, why you didn't take the risks, why you let fear stop you from becoming the man you were supposed to be. No. And don't fool yourself. Regret is not some distant thing you'll deal with when you're old. It starts now. You already feel it creeping in. Every time you see someone doing what you wish you could do, every time you look in the mirror and know deep down you should be further ahead, every time you see another man living the life you want, it burns, doesn't it? You hate knowing that he has the success, the money, the respect, the power, and you don't. And why? Because he's better than you? No, because he took action while you made excuses. Because he faced his fears while you ran from them. Because he embraced the discomfort while you clung to what was easy. You think fear is the enemy? Fear is your ally. Fear is the fire that should fuel you. Fear of being weak. Fear of being overlooked. Fear of being a loser. Fear of wasting your life. If that doesn't light a fire under you, nothing will. You should wake up every morning with an urgency so strong that it makes the hair on your arms stand up. Because every moment you waste, someone else is getting ahead. Every day you hesitate, another man is out there taking what should have been yours. When that moment comes, when the opportunity you've been waiting for is in front of you, but you're not ready because you spent the last 5 years being lazy, scrolling, playing games, and avoiding the hard work, that is when the regret will hit you like a freight train. You want dominance? Earn it. You want to be feared? Build yourself into something that demands respect. You want to be successful? Then stop acting like the men who lose. Winners don't hesitate. Winners don't wait for permission. Winners take. They see what they want and they take it. They dominate life instead of being dominated by it. That's what separates the strong from the weak, the remembered from the forgotten. And if you're not prepared to live with that level of intensity, if you're not ready to face your fears and rip success out of life with your bare hands, then you don't deserve it. Simple. So the question is, are you going to let fear paralyze you, or are you going to use it to fuel you? Because the clock is ticking and the world doesn't wait for weak men to catch up. Do you understand what happens to weak men? Have you really thought about it? Because if you haven't, let me make it brutally clear. Weak men are crushed by the world. They are disposable, forgettable, irrelevant. Society has no use for them. Women don't respect them. Other men don't fear them. The system chews them up and spits them out, leaving them with nothing but a miserable life of servitude and regret. And here's the worst part. You did it to yourself. You chose weakness. You let it grow inside you like a disease. And now, instead of being the kind of man who bends the world to his will, you are a slave to it. Every time you hit snooze on your alarm, you are making a choice. Every time you skip the gym, you are making a choice. Every time you let fear stop you from taking action, you are making a choice. And those choices stack up, they compound, they shape your destiny. Look at where you are right now. Look at your life. If you're broke, if you're weak, if you feel lost, it's because of every little choice you made to avoid discomfort, to escape struggle, to seek the easy path instead of the hard one. And now you want to complain? You want to cry about how unfair life is? Wake up. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to feel sorry for you. You think the world is going to stop and hand you success just because you want it? No. The world is going to keep moving, and if you don't keep up, it will leave you behind. Fear should keep you awake at night. The fear of staying the same, the fear of being a nobody, the fear of looking back at your life with nothing but regret. You need that fear. You need to let it burn inside you until you can't take it anymore, until it forces you to change. Because if you don't, you will live a life of quiet desperation. A life where you wake up every day, go to a job you hate, take orders from people you don't respect, go home to a life that feels empty, and then repeat it all over again. Is that what you want? To be a pawn? To be just another man who lived and died without making a dent in the universe? Or do you want more? Men who dominate life don't wait. They don't hesitate. They don't live in fear of discomfort. They embrace it. They seek it out because they know that discomfort is the price of greatness. The men who win in this world are the ones who take action even when they are afraid. They move forward even when it's painful. They build themselves into something so powerful that the world has no choice but to take notice. And that is what you must do. You must become undeniable. But most of you won't. Most of you will read this, nod your head, feel a spark of motivation, and then go back to your same pathetic habits. You will let the moment pass. You will allow weakness to win. And years from now, when you're sitting in the same miserable place, watching another man live the life you wanted, you will feel that crushing weight of regret pressing down on your chest. And by then, it will be too late. So I ask you, how much longer are you willing to tolerate being weak? Because every second you waste, you are losing ground to the men who refuse to be average. And they are not waiting for you to catch up. How much longer are you going to live like this? How much more are you going to tolerate? Because right now, you are at war, whether you see it or not. And wars don't wait for you to be ready. Wars don't care about your feelings. Life is moving forward, and you are either crushing it or you are being crushed. There is no middle ground. There is no pause button. Every day that passes, you are either sharpening your weapons, building your empire, forging yourself into an unbreakable force, or you are becoming weaker, softer, more irrelevant. Every moment you hesitate, Another man is taking your place. And let me tell you something you don't want to hear. Nobody respects weakness. They might pretend to. They might nod along when you complain about how hard life is, about how tired you are, about how unfair things have been for you. But deep down, they despise you for it. The world has no sympathy for the weak. Women don't want weak men. Other men don't follow weak men. The system preys on weak men. Weakness is a disease, and it kills you slowly, day by day, until there is nothing left. Look around. How many men do you see wasting away, broken by their own pathetic excuses? How many do you know who had potential but let it rot inside them because they were too scared to fight for what they wanted? Do you think you're any different? Do you think you're immune to that same fate? You are running out of time. Right now, this very second, you are either getting stronger or getting weaker. You are either getting richer or getting poorer. You are either moving toward greatness or further into mediocrity. And mediocrity is the slowest, most agonizing way to die. It strips you of your pride, your power, your very essence as a man. It makes you invisible. Nobody remembers the average. Nobody respects the average. Nobody fears the average. And if no one fears you, if no one respects you, if no one looks at you as a force to be reckoned with, then you have already lost. Look around. Men are being destroyed. Weak men are being discarded by society. The world has no use for them. The system wants you weak, dependent, controlled. They want you fat, addicted, and drowning in meaningless distractions. They want you scared because a scared man is a slave. A man who hesitates is a man who can be controlled. And you've been playing right into their hands. You've been feeding your own failure, numbing your ambition, trading your potential for comfort like a fool. But here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you out of bed, force you to train, hand you success, or build your empire. If you don't take control of your own destiny, someone else will. Another man will take what should have been yours. He will get the wealth, the power, the women, the respect, because while you were doubting yourself, he was moving. While you were making excuses, he was building. While you were scrolling mindlessly through your phone, he was making money. And the most brutal part, he won't even know you exist. You will be nothing to him. Just another faceless nobody who failed to show up. And when that moment comes, when you see another man living your dream life, standing in the place that should have been yours, with the money, the success, the discipline, the legacy that you were too weak to fight for, that regret will eat you alive. It will be unbearable. Because you will know deep down that you had the chance, you had the time, you had the choice, and you threw it away. So tell me, are you going to keep losing? Or are you going to wake up, fight back, and take what is yours? But let me be clear, there is no going back. Once you make the decision to rise, to fight, to dominate, you cannot return to the old version of yourself. That man dies here. He is buried in the graveyard of failures with all the other weak men who let life crush them. You have wasted enough time. You have lied to yourself for long enough. You have let fear and laziness and comfort poison you for long enough. And now it ends. Right now, in this moment, you make a choice. Do you take control or do you stay a slave? And don't pretend this doesn't apply to you. It does. It applies to every man who has ever looked in the mirror and felt disgusted. It applies to every man who knows deep down that he is not living up to his full potential. It applies to you because if you were already at the top, already winning at the highest level, already dominating life, you wouldn't be here right now reading this. So I'll ask you again, what are you going to do? Close this and forget everything? Go back to your comfortable, pathetic routine, pretending you didn't just hear the truth? Or are you going to rise up and take what's yours? Are you going to stop being afraid? Stop being lazy? Stop being weak? Because no one is stopping you but you. No one is holding you back but you. No one is choosing failure for you. You are choosing it for yourself, and you can choose differently. So decide right here, right now. Are you going to stay the same, or are you going to become the man you were meant to be?
Females are actually very, very realistic with their love. They're not romantic. Men are far more romantic than women are. So I'll give you an example now, bro. You ask any man, you can ask a full-grown man, and you can say, listen, your ex-girlfriend just died. Even if you hadn't seen her for 15 years, you can be like, I loved her. You find a fucking chick and say, your ex-boyfriend died. Man, he's a dickhead anyway. They don't care. It's true, bro. That women can be heartless. There's been times I met a chick, we end up together, whatever. She's like, hey, look, like laughing at her ex, just pouring his fucking heart out, bro.
I've always been rich, but I'm not just rich because of money. You have to understand, I'm rich because of a bunch of things that money cannot buy. Like, I know there's people with lots of money, but they don't have the network I have. They don't have the brotherhood I have. Just sitting with my boys knowing that if the bullets start flying, me and my 10 friends, we all die or no one dies. Having that brotherhood, having women who would literally, you could go to jail for 10 years and they would wait for you. They exist for you and only you, completely and utterly. You are their entire universe. Like having physicality, walking through the world bigger and stronger than everyone else, having all those professional fights, and all the bad things, having the trauma, all the pain, all the bullshit I've been through. You ain't a good man if you haven't had trauma. Because as a man, you need things that almost kill you and don't kill you. So I'm rich not because of money. I'm rich because I've been through a whole bunch of shit. Like I don't see anyone else on the planet richer than me because they're either too old or their life's been too easy. Like I've had a very, very unique life, very, very eclectic life. I was born with the best possible start a man can have, which is good parents and no money. I've made all of my money completely myself the hard way. None of this fucking internet, Twitch, easy shit. I've done it hard. My money's nothing, right? Money's easy. Like once you're past 10 mil, let's say, there ain't nothing to buy. 10 mil's too low because I have 10 mil of cars, but let's say, and then a nice house, blah, blah, blah. Let's say 20, 30 mil, whatever. There ain't nothing to buy. I mean, how many diamond watches do you need? But the point is that once you get money, that's fine, but then I believe money is an amplifier. I don't believe money changes. I think it amplifies. So if you're a dork and you get incredibly wealthy, you become a mega dork. So I'm very glad I was poor for a very long time. And the reason I'm the richest person on the planet is not because of the amount of money I have, it's because of all the shit that happened to me when I was poor. Like everyone wants to be me. I'm top G for a reason. I've got it all. I've got every single gift that God can give, plus all the gifts you can make yourself. And I state that without arrogance. I don't mean to be arrogant, but I am a realist. And as a realist, it would be absolutely unprofessional for me to sit here and pretend I'm not an exceptional human being. Because I am. And a lot of those things I did myself. And some of them were God-given. But the ones that weren't God-given was because I put myself through hell. I put myself through hell because I decided to throw comfort away. For 10 years of my life, I was never comfortable. The world has become exceptionally easy for a lot of men. It used to be a different place. Most men were cannon fodder. Most of us would have ended up in wars, dying for fucking no reason. Damn. Now we don't have to do that. So because we don't have to do that, men think it's okay to just become comfortable now. You're not supposed to be comfortable. You were never evolved to be comfortable. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. Right. And if you make yourself uncomfortable constructively, it's very easy to be anything you want. I've never played any of those games, but I find it amazing that people will sit there and spend all their time upgrading that character, making as much money as they can, getting the best guns, getting strong, meeting important people, getting the best car. They'll do all that in a game, but they won't do it in real life. I find that incredible. Like my life is GTA. I don't need to play a game for GTA. If I want a gun, I'll fucking buy it. If I want a car, I'll fucking buy it. I am GTA. I don't see why people play the games. They play the games because they're scared of loss. Because if you die in the game, you get another chance. If you lose in the game, you get another chance. In life, you get one shot. That's what life is as a game. That's what life is as a man. This is one big video game. You get to upgrade your character. You're not born with any value. All these women that you just put me on with are born with value. They're pretty already. They're gorgeous already. They're good looking enough, even if they're a 5. As a man, if you don't make yourself valuable, you have no value. You have to get up and do it. Just like a video game, you start with fucking 0. You have to decide if you want to complete it. You have to upgrade your character. So I find it amazing that men are going to play video games and fuck about and waste their time instead of upgrading their character. Everyone knows what to do. You know what you have to do.